Welcome to the second Philly rant. Um, Thank you guys so much for watching the first one. Really do appreciate it. I guess start this off. Recently, I passed my second eval of six evals. So my first eval I failed, my second eval I passed, and absolutely blew the shit. Excuse my language. Blew the shit out of that simulated funded. And then from there I failed, failed, and on the sixth one I passed, and now we're on to simulated funded. It really shows that you kind of can just do whatever and pass. Cause I think at the time it to me, from my understanding, it looked like support and resistance trading, but anyone can trade however they want. It's everything works because at the end of the day, you just need to understand where the market is going and to just understand price action and to react, not trying to anticipate. So yeah, I mean, I just want to talk and get my mental and emotional psychological state out on these videos. These videos, I'll repeat this and I'll say this again. These videos are not meant for me to be talking to someone. It's just for me to kind of rant about what's going on in my head. Um, yeah. So to actually begin now, yes, I passed my eval 50K, my funded futures core account, and I feel the pressure. I really do feel the pressure hitting me hard. I really do. Because now this is like the big leagues, you know what I'm saying? This is like going from college, this is like going from high school to college to the NFL. Like the pressure is on. The pressure is on, bro. And I can, like, sometimes when I think about it, like the pressure is outweighing me. I get that feeling that I'm like sinking in pressure. My heart is pounding. I feel like I'm sinking, right? But then I sort of recalm myself. Not recalm. I calm myself by just understanding my foundations and what has brought me here to this sort of small success, right? And I guess to explain sort of the way I calm myself of these emotions of deep pressure, fear, and all the stuff about the process of making money and as the process of getting the first payoff. So during these past week, I guess, pretty much like it's been 9 days since like recovered from the panic attack of being in a trade. I've learned so much psychology, emotional, and mental lessons. Like, I guess one thing I do to calm myself is I read. I have like a board, I have a whiteboard in my room, like a little small, like I think it's like 3 feet by 3 feet. It just has a lot of like lessons. Like let me read them off. Submit to the process, right? Submitting to the process no matter the outcome. You're doing it just to do it. You're not set on an outcome. You're not set on I will win. I will win. You're set on okay, I'm going to do it even though I have a chance to win or lose. It does not matter. I don't care. I'm going to submit to the process of taking left, right steps to get to the destination, right? And then the second one is to detach from the money, which I would say I am struggling considering my financial position. I'm not okay. I want to say this. If anyone in the future ever says this, like that, like I'm rich or whatever, um, I'm not rich. I live in a pretty decent neighborhood. Search up Minnesota, St. Paul Park. That's sort of where I live. I don't live on the rich side. I live before the bridge. So, do with that information as you will. Um, I live in a pretty decent home. I'm not the wealthiest. I don't go on like 4 trips every year, right? But I would say that I'm blessed to have my basic human needs every day. And back to detached money. I feel like money does it. It kind of does rewire your purpose because obviously everybody starts day trading because they're seeing the money, right? The cars, Miami penthouse, the freedom, right? And it's like it's sort of common sense. I was like, who doesn't want that, right? Who? Excuse me. Need to burp. Ooh, it's soda, Dr. Pepper. Ooh. Okay, sorry. Excuse me. It's like who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that sort of freedom to work for like less than 3 hours? If you're like a scalper, intraday trader, whatever, you work less than 3 hours, you go on with your day, you have the rest of the 21 hours. No, minus 8 from that. You have 11 hours to do whatever though. Well, no, that math is egregious. 21 minus 8. Alright? They're 13 hours. Yeah, sorry, that math is crazy. My mind is everywhere, sorry. You have 13 hours, alright? To do whatever you want of the day. And then you repeat that cycle. Wake up, trade, 3 hours. And that's at the maximum too. Maybe minimum. Everyone's different. You still have a lot of time. For me, it's about like I'm trading less than 2 hours a day, so I have sleep for like probably 8 to 10 hours. Let's say 10 hours, right? So really, I have 12 hours left of my day. 12 to 14, depending on how long I trade. God, that math is absolutely genius, right? Um, and it depends how much I sleep too. So that's like 12 to 14 is on average how much I have. And then yeah, money really it makes you do stupid decisions. It really does. It really does. Like you make reckless emotional decisions because you're in such a state of fear and panic, and you're like, I need this money now, or else I'm gonna be a failure. I won't be able to eat. I won't be able to do all the stuff that I want that I need, right? So it forces you. It literally you're controlled by the money, and that is absolutely terrible. That is absolutely genuinely terrible, right? That's why like I'm really working on and trying my best to detach from the money as I don't know. I just it just brings it just switches up your psychology mentally. But I'm I know I probably said that money is the root cause of suffering and it brings evil, but I really want to switch that, say it depends on what the purpose of it is for. It is not a bad thing to trade for freedom, right? And trading gives money and money gives freedom, right? Depends how you're using that freedom. Um, so yeah, detaching from the money, right? Number three, mind over money. It pretty much is the same principle as number two, but number two is is like a sort of way of the law of detachment. And number three is like it's basically saying to instead of focusing on the money, you're focusing on your mind, right? You're focusing on the mental, the psychological, and the emotional aspects. Because I promise you focus on that first before you actually start trading for money, you will be a better trader. And then number four is to detach your emotions from trading. Now you may or may not hear this a lot, but this okay. I'm not saying I'm right, okay? I'm just speaking from my head here. This is all uncut, raw videos, alright? Barely any edits. Um, but what I mean by detaching emotions from trading is number one, you're not trading like you're not when you trade with emotions, you're trading with FOMO, greed, and you're hesitant. These all these emotions, fear, and all that stuff, right? So when you detach your emotions, this is what I'm not okay. I'm not saying everyone will feel this way. or anything like that, but you're thinking more logically and rationally, and you're controlling your emotions. You're not becoming a robot. You're able to calm down and control your emotions. It's like, how do I explain this? It's like being in such a state of panic when logically and rationally, right? You're like, why am I in a panic? There's no reason or point to. You're calming your emotions down by breathing, remembering your foundation, remembering who you are as a person. You're letting your foundation be your confidence to overshadow your fears and your emotions and whatever pressure is on you. Obviously, I'm not saying that the pressure will just evaporate, just go away. The pressure will always be there. But instead of running away from your emotions, trying to ignore it, you run to them. You understand them. Because it's like the more you neglect your emotions, the harder they'll return. So if you're really neglecting something and ignoring the state of fear and panic like I had, it came back twice as hard. And I didn't even realize that until I had a panic attack. So please do not ignore this stuff. It is very important that you do not ignore them, you face them head on. I know it is said in the Bible to not be afraid and be very courageous, right? What does that look like? What does that feel like? What does the actions look like? It's you accepting what is happening, and you accepting everything, right? Accepting that you already won or lost, and you're still going through with it. Because I promise you, hesitation will kill a lot of dreams, a lot of more dreams than failure ever could. So I say this right now. It is better to fail than hesitate. Because you might never know. You might win. And it might be your biggest win yet. So I tell you, do not hesitate. Right now is the moment, the time to capitalize off these things. Because I guarantee you, that feeling of not capitalizing off of it and hesitating on it, and you see it win, you're going to hate yourself more than you failing. So please do not hesitate. On the market, especially that. You see a setup that looks good, you trade it, right? You win or lose, does not matter. You're playing a game of probabilities. You're playing something that you cannot control. You're not playing, you're doing. Sorry, excuse. Let me replace that. You're doing something you cannot control. That is day trading. And if you have not understood this lesson yet, you need to control what you can control, and you need to let go of what you can't. And like in my head, I don't know why a lot of traders have not grasped that concept yet. It is obvious, but it is not deeply understood. But traders get mad, they get angry, they rage, they tilt when they lose, right? But then when they win, it's like, ah, they're giddy happy, right? Right? Which is fair, it's very common to see. See, what I'm trying to get through to you is that you're playing a game of probabilities. You're playing you're getting mad at something you can't control. It's like the weather. You can't control the weather. You can't control if it's gonna snow, if it's gonna hail, if it's gonna rain. Like you can't control these things. Yet you still go on about your day. You don't even care if it's a super cold, super hot, super wet, super dry day that goes against what you want it to be. You're still going through with it, and you're still having a great time. You're not you like thinking in that type of analogy, and then comparing that to your day trading. It's the exact same thing. You need to let go of what you cannot control, as it is you're you're putting so much pain onto yourself. You're inflicting so much emotional, psychological, and mental pain on yourself, more than you even realize. And I'm not saying this just to say. I'm saying this from experience, because it's what's been happening for these past 70 days of me day trading. And I had to really learn this painfully. It makes me emotional a little bit, because I've been so blind to see that. So I'm telling you right now, it is okay that you lose. We all lose. No one is 100%. If there was a if there was a person that never lost, his character wouldn't be as good as the person who lost 100 times and got back up that 101st time and won. The journey is always consolidating until you have the big breakout. No matter what. I'm quoting Timmy on this. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's this funny TikToker. Um, higher time frames always bullish. It's always bullish. And what that is explaining is your life is always going up. Your life will always get better. All I ask is that you do not give up. No matter, I mean, that's said for everything. That is said for everything. That if you do not quit, you will succeed at it at some point in time. It's just depends on your will, your discipline, and your passion towards it. Obviously, like if you hate doing something, you're not gonna do it, right? And that just far, it just weighs it down so much farther. Yeah. Um, and back to my fifth one. My fifth sort of quote, because I have a lot of quotes on my whiteboard. Win or lose, it does not matter. Back to the game probabilities. Trading is a game of probabilities. Because I guarantee you that even the greatest trader on the damn planet does not know where the market is going. He has a good idea, but he's never 100% sure on it. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that there's no one on this planet who for 100% sure knows where the market is going. I can guarantee all that. I can guarantee all that. So why are you mad the market didn't go your way? Right? It doesn't matter. You play your probabilities, right? You played your odds and you lost. So what? There will always be trades. Tomorrow, the next day after that day, and the next day after that day. There will always be another trade. So why are you so caught up in one trade? I need you to adopt the mindset of win or lose, doesn't matter. Tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow is always a new day. Tomorrow will not be the same as today. So why are you letting your conscious mind think you're gonna lose again tomorrow? Like tomorrow's a new day. You need to adopt the new day mentality of I'm going to better myself for tomorrow so that tomorrow may improve. Because I know that even though I lost today, I might not lose tomorrow. Why are you giving up right before you win? I'm really asking you that. And for you to ask yourself that. And be real. Why are you giving up before you win? Everyone gives up before they win. Everyone puts so much effort and talent into these things. And we're not even talking about trading anymore. Excuse me. Hut the burp. Excuse me. I'm not even talking about day trading. I'm talking about everyone's passions and careers that have just gone down the route of giving up. They got tossed in the trash because they gave up right before they were about to win. I'm guilty of this too, right? They gave up right before they were gonna win. Please do not give up. You are at the end of the tunnel where the light is at. Please do not give up. The next lesson, it's you versus you, not versus it's not you versus a successful trader, successful football player, none of that. It's always you versus you. Comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison will always be the thief of joy. Because when you compare yourself to a successful person, you're comparing someone who has lost a million times versus you. You lost maybe like a couple times, right? And you're like, oh, this may not work for me. And now you're comparing yourself to someone who's extremely successful, who never gave up, who lost 1,000 times over, and always got up every single time. Like, are you kidding? It's you versus you. And the next one is be and step into the person who you want to be. What that means is you're changing your self identity into the person who you want to be. You're acting like them. You're being like them. I guarantee you, you will be them in due time. Let's say, for example, you want to be a professional athlete. You better work like a damn professional athlete. You better be out working like a professional athlete, and that goes for day traders. You better be thinking like a professional day trader, like you gotta get this money to eat, right? You better be working like a day trader, making smart decisions, because as a day trader, you are paid to make smart decisions, right? So that's the basis of it. Day trading is a lot more different than being an athlete because hard work does not work in day trading like how being a professional athlete does, right? So be and step into the person who you want to be. Be that person. You are that person. I know you are. You're just not wanting it as bad as you want it. The last one, reshaping your perspective reshapes your reality. I'm going to say that again. Reshaping your perspective reshapes your reality. What I mean by this, your perspective becomes your reality. Have you ever thought so negatively about everything around you because you had a bad day and then everything becomes negative, right? But when you think positively, oh, it's a great day. Everything becomes positive. Everything becomes a ray of sunshines, right? I need you to adopt the idea that everything will get better. Everything is going great. But in reality, things could be going terribly for you, right? But I need you to look and even fake it. Fake it till you make it. Think optimistically, think positively. Because in reality, right, even though things are worse, are bad right now, in the long term, things are going great. You know, I need you to think optimistically rather than pessimistically. Because the more you think negative, the more negative you'll attract. The law of attraction. Whatever you're feeling or thinking or saying, even to yourself in your head, the more you will attract. Right? You think positive, you'll attract positiveness, right? You think negatively, you say negative things, you attract negativity. I need you to understand this because the law of attraction is extremely it's such a powerful thing that not a lot of people think about, right? Like I try to catch myself with negative things. I try to instead say positive things like instead of when I say will is I say things like if they're already happening to me and if they're in the present, I'm also thinking of abundance, aka just saying, just being grateful, right? Being grateful for the things you have. That is abundance. You're not wanting everything. Abundance is the opposite of greediness. I will always preach that. Abundance is the opposite of greediness. Because abundance, you have everything already. Greediness, you want everything, even though you have everything. If you think in terms of abundance, positivity, and the law of attraction, you will get everything you've ever wanted. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. You say positive things, you think positively, you work, right? You work, you don't give up. You say you are, is, you change things in your life to is, thinking you already have it. Like, take for example, I obviously don't have $1 million, but I will have $1 million. I have $1 million. And if I were to be honest with you, I have something that's worth more than $10 billion, and that's my character development. I value that more than money could ever buy. That brings me on to another topic that, I mean, it just hit me. A lot of this, it's kind of on the fly, so that's why it's kind of random. Self-belief. And you need to have a delusional self-belief in yourself. If no one gonna believe in you, why can't you believe in yourself? It's when the odds are so stacked up against you, you have you have no choice but to believe in yourself. You have no other options. No one believes in you. Believe in yourself. Ain't no one ain't no one gonna do it for you. Not a single soul on this earth is gonna do any work for you. So why are you being dependent on them? Why are you believing in them and not in yourself? Man, believing in yourself is, I would say, one of the greatest key things to the top performers of the world. They believe in themselves more than people who perform better than them. I feel like that's what sets them apart. Having a crazy, delusional belief in yourself that this will work. And it will. I guarantee you it will work. Look, no one is. You probably heard this statement a lot, but no one is coming to save you. I promise you, if your parents or guardians or anyone is taking care of you, if they passed away right now at this very second to heaven, what would you have? Will you be under a roof tomorrow? Will you have food in your belly tomorrow? Will you have your human needs met tomorrow? No. If the answer is no, you need to get up. You need to do something. 'Cause I promise you, if you don't, you will not see the fruits of your labor. But that this rant is a little long. I try to cut it short. That is everything I have to say. I hope every single one of you has a blessed day. Think positively. You will change your life. All right. Believe in yourself, and you will change your life. I love y'all. Be positive.